Darkness. Absolute darkness. That's what surrounded me as I floated in the vast emptiness of space. My name is Commander Alex Walker, an astronaut on the Artemis mission. What was supposed to be a routine spacewalk turned into a nightmare from which I couldn't awaken. It happened in an instant. A meteor shower, unexpected and fierce, bombarded our spacecraft, tearing it apart like tissue paper. I watched helplessly as my crewmates were flung into the abyss, their voices fading away, leaving me alone with the echoes of their screams. The only thing that remained intact was my spacesuit and a small amount of oxygen. The initial shock gave way to a primal surge of panic. I desperately tried to reach my crewmates, their lifeless bodies drifting further into the darkness. But my frantic efforts were in vain. I was alone, adrift in an endless void. Time lost all meaning as I struggled to comprehend the magnitude of my predicament. Every breath I took felt like borrowed time, each heartbeat a reminder of my vulnerability. The vastness of space that once fascinated me now overwhelmed me with its emptiness. My only connection to humanity was a flickering radio transmitter that intermittently captured faint signals from mission control. The static-filled voices offered me a glimmer of hope, a fragile thread to cling onto. But with each passing day, those voices grew fainter, and the reality of my isolation sank in deeper. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Survival became my sole purpose, and every moment was a battle against the relentless grip of despair. I rationed my dwindling supplies, watching as my food and water diminished with each passing meal. Every sip, every bite was a precious commodity, a reminder that my existence teetered on the brink. But it wasn't just the scarcity of resources that threatened me. Loneliness crept into my soul, haunting my thoughts and tormenting my dreams. I yearned for human contact, for a friendly voice or a reassuring touch. But all I had were the cold metal walls of my spacesuit and the distant memory of human warmth. In the depths of my solitude, strange hallucinations began to haunt me. Shadows danced at the edge of my vision, and whispers filled the void. They whispered promises of salvation, of a way back home. But I knew they were figments of my deteriorating mind, cruel tricks played by the isolation that consumed me. One day, as hope began to dwindle, a faint signal broke through the static. It was mission control. They had not forgotten me. A rescue mission was being planned, and their determination to bring me back home reignited the dwindling flame within me. As the rescue spacecraft drew closer, my emotions clashed: relief, fear, and overwhelming gratitude. The final moments before the rescue were filled with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. Would they find me? Would they be able to reach me in time? Then, a glimmer of light pierced through the darkness, and I saw the silhouette of the rescue spacecraft. A sense of euphoria washed over me as they reeled me in, bringing me back into the fold of humanity. I was no longer alone. The return to Earth was a blur of medical examinations, debriefings, and emotional reunions. The gravity of my experience weighed heavily on my mind, and the scars of my time in space would forever mark me. But I emerged with a newfound appreciation for life, a resilience forged in the crucible of isolation. Now as I gaze up at the night sky, I no longer see the vast emptiness. I see the boundless possibilities of the cosmos. The experience changed me, molded me into someone who understands the frailty of existence and the indomitable spirit that lies within us all. I am Commander Alex Walker, a survivor of the void, and I will carry the weight of that experience with me, a reminder that no matter how isolated we may feel, we are never truly alone.